Hey, welcome to Apostolic Praise 401. 12 different songs with myself, with Richard Smith, and we're really excited to have you with us. In this course, we're really going to be going over 12 different Pentecostal songs, some fast, some slow, and I'm just basically going to play them through probably about 3 times, and we're going to, after that, go into a discourse and an explanation of what all we're doing in these songs, and just go over some cool substitutions that you can play in these songs. And of course, the rules and the tricks and fills you'll learn can be applied to any key. We highly recommend that you would actually go through and practice. Of course, like for instance, we'll learn a song today in the key of F, and I would recommend that you go through and learn those fills and those runs that we're going to learn in this key with this song in other keys, and also transfer the fills and runs to other songs as well. Don't just learn them in one song and then one key, and then you're stuck to always playing just those fills in that one key. A good musician knows how to play in every single different key. So take those fills and those runs and apply them to each key on the keyboard, all 12 different keys. So, all right, great. So we're going to go over some more advanced, cooler, contemporary songs, some faster stuff. But the first one we're going to start off with, we're starting off with it for a reason. There's so many things you can do with the old songs. There's so many different fills and runs you can do with the old songs, and so many of the old songs follow so many different, so many patterns that are just commonly used in almost every song that they're really perfect for example songs. A lot of the newer songs, sometimes it can be tough to actually throw and diversify some different chords in there. But hopefully what I'm going to show you will help you, be a blessing to you, to your ministry. That's what this is all about. And hopefully we can make you a better musician and better piano player after this course is finished. So the song we're actually going to learn today is Amazing Grace. Now, of course, I'm sure you know how to play Amazing Grace, but we're going to put some different chords in here, some different fills and runs. Nothing too crazy as far as probably the fancy little runs of the keyboard and all that. I'm going to focus mainly more on just little fills, the little stuff that you can do, and the little chords that you can just throw in that maybe you're not familiar with, that will be a help and a blessing to you. So, okay, so I'm going to play it through a couple times, then we're going to go do some explanations and some walkthroughs of the song. All right. Okay, welcome back. So let's do an explanation and go into some fine details of some of the neat tricks and fills that we just put into Amazing Grace. So I'll just give you a forewarning. I don't know everything that I did. It's hard to do a play-by-play without just going back and rewatching the video together. What I would like to do is just briefly just touch over some of the things that I remember doing, and hopefully this will be a blessing to you and will really help you out. So basically what we did, of course, we started off with just our playing 4 or 5 chord, and I've added as many notes again. I love really full chords, so I love it when it sounds like I'm playing about 15 different notes. A little bit of exaggeration there, but I love it when the more notes the better, in my opinion. So my right hand, I've got 5 different notes we're playing instead of just a plain B flat over C. We're actually doing F, B flat, C, D, F. Okay, and then in our left hand we've got an octave. So that's how we're starting off. And of course, one fill you really want to put in memory is the 5-6-1. That will probably be your favorite fill because you can just use it everywhere. A little bit of redundancy there. Okay. You can use it as an octave fill, or you can just use it as a. There's all kind of stuff, all kind of fills you can do with that. And of course, those notes are just part of the major pentatonic scale of F, so that's kind of the reason it sounds a little bit better there. The next chord we do is we just do a E flat over F, and you'll notice there's a couple of different substitutions we do here throughout the song. The second time through, we actually go and make it a C minor 7, B flat, E flat, G. Okay. After that, you can see this chord here. Now this chord is one we use a lot. You can use it going to a major or a minor chord. But we use it especially in slow songs when doing that 1 to 4 progression. Just a little walk down there. What it basically is it's the way I think about it is a B9 with a sharp 5th. Okay, and then walk down to the full chord. You can also think about it as an F9 with a sharp 5th as well. F9 with a sharp 5th, so it's kind of interesting how that works. It's both an F and a B9 with a sharp 5th at the same time. So a little bit crazy augmented stuff there for you. And instead of going back to the 1 chord here, what I do is I go to a B fully diminished, to an F over C, the F2 in the right hand, playing as many chords as we can, many notes as we can once again, to another fully diminished chord. Now on this one, you'll notice the bass is really interesting because you can either do an A on the bass or you can do a C sharp. You can do either one. Okay, going to that D minor. All right, we go to that chord. What I'm basically doing, this is kind of how I think of it. I think of it because the D minor 7 is basically an F over D. What I do is I turn into an F2. Right? It makes sense anywhere you have an F chord in the right hand, you should be able to add that 2 and make it some kind of pretty suspended 2 chord, right? And it works. Okay? So G, A, C, F. Okay, and what we did there, this little run here is one of my favorites. After I heard that, I had to go home and figure out what that was after I heard somebody do that. Basically just a little intro walk up to the 2 chord there. Okay? So G9, but I do this. So it's E, F, E, D, E, F, G, A. Okay? And that's basically the main chord. And then it's followed by a C, which this looks like a B flat with the G on top. Then you resolve that F to E, make it a C9. Okay, or what you can do is you can change that G9 to a G minor 7 or minor 9, and then Okay, great. So welcome back. Let's go over some more really neat stuff about Amazing Grace that we can put into this song. And once again, if this is way too advanced for you, please I recommend taking some of the other courses, the lower level courses, AP 103, 201, 301, and there's a lot of neat stuff in those courses too. Hopefully this is not too advanced for some of you, and hopefully it's not too easy for others of you. So I tried to throw in some left-hand chords too. I may not get a chance in this lesson to run over everything that I did in those 5 or 6 times that I actually played the song through. So very quickly, let's run over what we've done so far. So. Okay, then we followed up with a. Okay, now that's the same chord we just used going down to B, just on a different chord. Okay, it's E, A flat, B flat, D. It's a G flat 9 with a sharp 5th. You can also think about it as a C 9 with a sharp 5th. Same thing, same chords, different inversion. Okay, F major 9, back to that. D minor 9, C minor 9. Okay, A, D, E flat, G over B. Another walk down chord you can use, almost like the other one, but you've got a D instead of a C sharp. Sounds a little more jazzy. Okay, same chord there. Okay, what we basically did there is we're on the C. Just did a left-hand walk down. My favorite D. D minor chord there, G, A, C, F, kind of like F2. Okay, and here we have a little walk down, G, B flat, D flat, F. Now this is part of a bigger walk down that we use a lot. 5 chord, 1 chord, 4 chord. Okay, we use that chord a lot. Like for instance, we used it in Jesus in My Joy. Basically how I think of it, and you may have an easier way to think about it, but how I think of it is an E flat 9. Okay, and then you just walk down the left hand to a D flat, and you're still keeping that E flat 9. So I think about it, anytime I think about that chord, I think of it as your flatted 7th chord that you're using at the end of a song. So go to your 5, 6, 2, 5, 1 progression. Typical slow song ending. So that's how I think about it. So that's basically what we're doing here is E flat 9, but we're using a different inversion. Okay, there's a 4-1 version and a shortcut inversion. For the nights, we use either one, depending which one sounds better. Okay, so we're using it over D flat, so E flat 9 over D flat. That's how I would think of that chord. And then F over C. Right? So let's do that again. C. Alright, that's another one you want to lock in your memory. Basically, you're doing a C, E, A, doing a chromatic walk down, B, E flat, A flat, B flat, D, G. We do that a lot when we're going, like doing a 4th movement. Like for instance, if we're playing a song in the key of F, we're going to go to our 4 chord. Or let's do it in C, it'll be maybe a little less confusing. So in the key of C, we're going to go to our 4 chord. So it's kind of like a little shortcut fill you can use when you're going to your 4 chord from 1 to 4, or of course like we're doing here from 5 to 1. So okay, here's our ending chord. G, A, C, F, the same chord we use over D minor.